Hi, my name is Michelle, and in this video I'm going to show you how I found a beautiful dresser on Facebook Marketplace for $40. It just needed a little bit of love, but it had really nice bones, and how I then sold that dresser for $350. So I found a super cute dresser on Facebook Marketplace for only $40, and I just went and picked it up, and I've got it in the back of the car here. So we're about to clean it up and take some photos and list it. So while I've got the dresser on its side in the car, I'm just going to put on the bottom of its feet some little stickies, some little felt pads so that it doesn't scrape up any floors. Alright, so here's our $40 dresser in all her glory, and she is beautiful. I love the legs and the base on it, and also the handles I think are very cool. Now the handles do need a little bit of a clean. They could be left by like that, but I think they'll give them a bit of a shine up. And she does have some missing veneer pieces, but overall she's pretty beautiful. A couple of watermarks on the top. Overall, she's pretty cute and just needs a little bit of cleaning and love. Got just some clean white vinegar here, and I'm going to pour it into this tub, and then I'm going to add all of our handles so they can soak and I can get some of the grime off them. Because if you look at this here, if I just run my fingernail along that, you can see all that grime coming off. Now they're not solid brass, so I'll have to be careful when I clean them. They're just plated by the looks of things. But see how that's all coming off? And the vinegar is just going to help that process. Alright, so I've cleaned all the drawers and taken them out of the dresser. And now it's time to clean the inside. It's all dusty and dirty down here. So let's do it. Look at that. Alright, so we've cleaned up the base, and now I'm going to go in with some Howard's Feed and Wax, which is just beeswax and orange oil. Nice big brush, and this will soak into the wood and just give it its beautiful colour and richness back and hydrate it. You can already see the difference between the side that I've done and the side that I haven't done, and that'll just soak in really nicely into the wood, and later I can come back and just wipe away any excess residue. But I am giving it a very thick coat to start with, just because the wood's quite dried out and it needs that extra bit of moisture. I just wanted to give you an idea of the gorgeous wood that's inside this dresser. On the left, I put a whole bunch of Howard's feed and wax inside where the drawers go, and on the right, I've still to do it. And this is what it looks like without the Howard's feed and wax. And this is how gorgeous that wood is once it's got the Howard feed and wax on it. It's just beautiful. Again, that's the before and that's the after. Looking stunning. So a couple of the drawer fronts set had some areas where the veneer was lifting up. So you can see right here, that's lifting a little bit. Okay, so over here, this veneer is lifting up a little bit here, and here the veneer is lifting up a little bit too. So what I'm gonna do, I've got a little bottle that I've filled with glue that has a syringe on the top of it, and that'll allow me to squirt the glue underneath these little bits. Just gonna wipe off any excess glue that we've got coming out. And this is my very inelegant clamping job. I've put the little popsicle sticks in between the clamps and the drawer, just because it's meant to even out the pressure from the clamps, especially because sometimes the clamps weren't covering absolutely every bit that needed to be clamped down. So the clamps have been on for over 24 hours, so it's time to take them off. Whoa. Whoa. There we go. Now that veneer is stuck down, and all I have to do is put feed and wax on these drawers like I did on the others. It soaked in really well on the other drawers. They were very dry, so I'm going to put a decent amount on these, and I might even give them a second coat depending on how much this soaks in. On all the drawers, I'm also making sure that I get the sides, because this is where the drawer runners are, actually in this side indentation, and the Howard's feed and wax will make sure that they slide in and out nice and smoothly. Just lubricates the drawer slides. Alright, so I've got all my handles here, and they've been soaking in vinegar, and that's just making all of that dirt a lot easier to remove. And I also have Barkeeper's Friend, because that'll help me get it off even easier. I've got my rubber gloves. All I use is the pattern on the rubber gloves, and that'll help me get it off. So we've got this guy looking a bit gross. Alright, so I've put some Barkeeper's Friend on that, a little bit of water, and all I'm going to do is just give it a scrub. And as I said, I've just got to be really gentle with them, because they're not solid brass, they're just brass coated, so I don't want to take the finish off too much. But then I'll give it a rinse. And they won't be perfect, but they'll be much better than they were. So these are 3 that I've already cleaned, and if you have a look at this one that we haven't cleaned, you can see the difference there and how beautiful they're gonna look. So I've got my cleaned up handles, my screws, and a flathead screwdriver. Even though the screws are Phillips head, I find with the old ones a flathead screwdriver works very well too. If you're enjoying this video, please consider hitting the like button below. And if you enjoy these kind of projects, furniture flips, selling furniture for profit, redoing makeover rooms, consider subscribing down below as well. There we go. Only 5 more to go and we're done. Alright, so now that we've got all the handles back on and the drawers assembled, it's time to take some photos. Now what was really exciting, this was a furniture flip for profit for me. So I had purchased this dresser for $40 and sold it for $350. So that was a really nice $310 of profit there. You could also factor in some of the materials that I used. I used them for other projects as well. So I would say in total it was only about $10 worth of materials that I used. So if you wanted to round that, approximately $300. So a really nice result, $300 profit. So just a reminder, this is what the dresser looked like before. It was a gorgeous piece that just needed some love. The wood was very dry and looking a little faded. And those brass handles had accumulated grime over several years. And this is what the dresser looked like after we'd finished with it.